Okay, so have you ever been in one of those planning sessions where, you spend like hours just brainstorming and you walk out and you're like, yes, we've got it. This is it. We've nailed it.
Oh, absolutely.
And then weeks go by and those like amazing, brilliant ideas that you had, they kind of just, I don't know, they fizzle out. They disappear.
Yeah.
You know, it's back to the day-to-day, the daily grind. And you just wonder, where did all that time and energy even go?
It's really interesting, it's that gap between those big aspirational discussions and actually seeing change on the ground. The disconnect can be huge.
Totally. And that is exactly why we are here today. We're diving into something, well, a solution, really. It's called the Done For You Quarterly AI Strategy Plan. And this isn't some like cookie cutter template. No way. This plan is built literally using your specific information.
I like that. Tailored. So it's kind of like having, I don't know, having the focused, actionable outcome of a super effective strategy session without, the time and expense usually involved.
Exactly. It's like having a roadmap, but like a really, really good one that's specific to your brokerage.
So let's say I got this plan. What would it actually look like? Like what's in it for Q2?
Okay, so first things first, you get a personalized growth plan. And we're talking tailored to your brokerage, right? And then with that comes a competitive analysis, like a deep dive into your competitors. Plus, a PESTEL analysis, which looks at like the big picture stuff. So that's political, economic, social, you get the idea. Even legal factors that might be affecting your business.
Covering all the bases.
Oh, yeah. And we don't stop there. You also get a SWOT analysis. So that's like, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, all that good stuff.
So we've got all these analyses, right? How do we then translate all of that into actual strategic direction? What happens next?
Okay, so this is where things get really cool. Building on all of those insights, you would get two really powerful strategy reports. One is called Playing to Win, and the other is the Seven Powers Report. These frameworks, they really help you zero in on your unique advantages and how you can actually leverage them in the market.
So it's not just about high-level thinking. It actually gets down to brass tacks.
Oh, absolutely. You also get a complete goals and OKR framework. That's objectives and key results, by the way. And all of this is designed for Q2 specifically.
Love that. So we're moving from the strategic level down to the everyday practical level. How does this plan actually affect the team's day-to-day work?
This is a big one. You would get individual Q2 development plans for each role on your team. And this isn't just generic advice. These are custom made. They're directly supporting your overall strategy and your specific operational needs.
I see, I see.
The whole point is alignment, right? Your growth goals, how your team operates, and then how each person develops, all working together. It's designed for your brokerage, and it's ready to use, like right out of the gate.
A very integrated approach for sure. Now, I know we touched on some of those financial benefits linked to using AI. Can we dig into those a bit more? What kind of numbers are we talking?
For sure. I mean, even if you're just using AI in like a few key areas, you can see some pretty significant efficiencies, like potentially saving, I don't know, $7,500 or more every quarter in just like time and labor.
Wow, that's not insignificant at all.
Right. And then on top of that, some brokerages have even seen like a $50,000 to $200,000 increase in their GCI, gross commission income every single year.
Huge.
It is. And then there's also like this added value that you can't really put a price on. It helps attract and retain top talent. We're talking like an estimated value of at least $10,000.
Yeah, and what I think is important to highlight here is this isn't about jumping on every new AI tool that pops up. This is about having a strategic business growth plan, informed by AI insights, a plan that's rooted in your data and what's actually happening in the brokerage industry.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. And the process to get started, it's super simple. All you have to do is answer a few questions about, your brokerage's goals, the structure, your current systems, that kind of thing.
Okay, and then what? What happens next?
Based on your answers, a custom AI plan is created just for you. Then we set up a 60-minute strategy session, to go over the plan together and talk about next steps, what you want to do.
Sounds pretty straightforward. Now, what's the commitment here? What does the listener have to do to explore this further?
Okay, here's the best part. You ready? You decide what the plan is worth after you've seen it.
No upfront costs.
None. Zero zilch. And definitely no pressure. We want you to see the value first.
I like that approach a lot. So for our listener, what's the best way for them to, learn more and maybe even get started?
Super easy. If you're open to seeing what's possible for your brokerage, I mean, really seeing what you can achieve in Q2, Just reply yes to this. Just yes, and we'll send over a really short prep form.
And ultimately, the goal here is to make Q2 and, beyond more efficient, more profitable, and set you up for success down the road.
Absolutely. So let's recap here for a sec. We're not talking about some theoretical planning exercise. We're talking about a tailored AI strategy plan made just for your brokerage. It's all about practical application, getting real-world results, and it's driven by your input, designed to tackle the challenges you're facing specifically.
Makes sense.
Here's something to think about. What if your strategy, the way your team executes, and even how your team grows, what if all of that was perfectly aligned and, even amplified by those smart insights that AI can bring to the table? What could you achieve? What kind of potential could you unlock?
I think that's a great question for our listeners to ponder. What could be possible for them?
Definitely. And that's what we're here to help you figure out.
Yeah.